Cool. So, by the way, I will be recording as well. The session starting now. So we start with tonight's host. Yeah, I've been talking for a while. I didn't even introduce myself. So I'm Andrea. I'm the founder of Topline Asia, and I'm be sharing a little bit about Topline Asia. But today we have much more interesting hosts. So we have Xavier Rosso, who's the CEO and founder of Expando. And also we have Wilbur Averio, who's the growth lead for Expando. So before I pass it to our amazing host for the night, I'll be sharing a little bit about Topline Asia. So Topline Asia was born from the idea that while there is a lot of content, a lot of events, a lot of communities going on for sales and marketing in North America and Europe, well, unfortunately, we don't really have the same in Asia. So Topline Asia is really about community. So it is an invite only sales and marketing professionals community. We stay connected via WhatsApp, Slack, and face-to-face connections. So really Topline Asia adds value in two simple ways. One is via events. So we have in-person events for now only in Singapore, but stay tuned for more, and virtual, just like today, the event you're attending. And we have events every single month. The other way that we add value to everyone and to community members, especially, is via knowledge sharing, right? So today we're learning from, amazing members of the community. So Xavier and Wilbur about partner-led growth. And so basically we learn from from expert thought leaders in every field. Yeah, so if you want to find out more about Topline Asia, feel free to reach out to me or go to toplineasia.io. And actually, if you're wondering whether there is coverage for you in your location, look, as long as you're based in Asia, we got you covered. All right. We have members in Singapore, in Jakarta, Hong Kong, Hanoi, and Bangkok. Yeah, so always or there is always someone for you to mingle with, regardless of where you stay in Asia. Now I pass it to the amazing team of Expando. Guys, feel free to share the screen.
Yeah, thanks, Andrea. Thanks so much for your opportunity. It's been now a few months. We're part of Topline Asia. So as members, we obviously also wanted to share our own to this community, right? Sales and marketing. And that's exactly what Expando is made for, right? We're here building a platform that really helps to foster partner-led growth, help you make more sense of your partners, or as a partner, how you can contribute to multiple projects in a decentralized way. So myself, I'm the co-founder and CEO since 2021 now. And I have a background mostly in international business development. And I've been working in Hong Kong for 5 years, mostly bringing foreign tech companies to Hong Kong and Singapore, helping them set up, grow, and scale. And I've been always involved in communities such as La French Tech. So it's a government-led initiative to create ecosystem all around the world of tech professionals and investors, and everything it takes for a startup to grow and boom. And I'm really happy to be joined with Wilbert, who will also introduce himself.
Okay. So for me, well, I've been in marketing for quite some time. And well, during the day, I work on marketing, but at night or sometimes in my spare time, I like to also, explore other tech solutions and also learn more about, sales, marketing, also partnerships too. And for, yeah, and myself, I've also had some experience in business development too. So yeah, I'm actually quite excited about sales and marketing in general. Yeah.
So hopefully we can share valuable insights tonight.
Mhm. So before we do that, why don't we scan the QR code? And yeah, I'd actually like to get a feel, of the room as well.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do we do this?
Give me a second. Let's
Yeah.
come in. Oh, we have the first question.
Oh,
So the
What?
question is, what are your biggest sales and marketing challenges over the last 2 years?
Good question.
very good question. Yeah.
Difficulty finding high quality leads, warm introductions to decision makers, alignment difficulties with other teams, budget constraints, sales cycle getting longer, others.
Okay, I see a few answers coming in.
Mhm.
We have wow, a very equal split as of now. A few people mentioning.
We need more votes.
Yeah, we need more votes, guys.
Haha.
There's the difficulty finding high quality leads and warm introduction to decision makers. That's a big obstacle. Alignment difficulties with other teams. Sales cycle getting longer. Oof. Well, we have a new winner. Alignment difficulties with other teams.
Wow.
Okay. So looks like a bunch of challenges, if you ask me.
Yeah. And maybe I'd like to ask a question, like within the audience. Yeah, Andrea, can you maybe like share a bit of your experience?
Of course, of course. So for me, there is specifically two difficulties. So the one of finding high quality leads and warm introductions, and the second one is about the alignment with other teams. So for the first one, I find that nowadays, I mean, of course, it's very easy to find, let's say, contacts, right? Be emails, phone numbers. That doesn't mean that that information is of quality, and especially that is warm, right? So nowadays, due to the availability of this information, you have decision makers who are constantly bombarded, right, with information. So the leads are not warm, they're cold. Everyone is getting spammed with messages, so quite hard to stand out from the crowd. So that's on the first. That's the first challenge. The other one is alignment difficulties with other teams. That's because what I find is that increasingly, or especially when you grow into bigger accounts or you tackle bigger deals, you really need alignment, not only internally, right, with your own team, but also with, let's say, the client's teams, right? You have to do what they call multi-threading, right? Make sure that you're connected with right decision makers across the company or across the account you're targeting. So those are quite big challenges for me. And actually, I must say, I'm quite interested to see that budget constraints don't seem to be the main the main blocker for people in the audience.
Yeah. Yeah, especially since feel like nowadays, like especially with the current economic, situation, companies are, trying to cut down expenses too, right? So yeah, it's it's interesting actually. Yeah.
What I see is that the major difficulty is not so much about generating leads. Generating leads is possible, and I think we all do it, right? But when we go down the funnel, how can I get quality interactions that would, be likely to shorten the sales cycle? Because if I don't get the right leads, my sales cycle will be also longer. So the time to go down the funnel will take a lot longer.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
We're not talking even about budget, right? We're not there yet.
There you
Budget really at the bottom.
See. Yeah, I think that's a good insight, Xavier. Yeah, why not let's get into the second question, shall we?
Sure. So I see the second question. So, which sales and marketing strategies has your company been focusing more on over the past year?
Hmm.
Easy one for me, at least.
Hmm.
Okay, I see outbound, inbound, partner referrals. Okay. Wow, partner referrals going quite strong. Well, outbound and partner referrals at the top,
Oh.
equally split. Interesting.
So outbound is still really strong.
That's right. Actually, I'm very curious to hear from the audience. Who's like, any insights on I mean, outbound, right, seems to be key for many people here.
Yeah, I can go ahead. I selected outbound and pay-per-click because I used to run my e-commerce brand. So we used to use a lot of Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and the same when I'm looking for new prospects in B2B. I used to use outbound because this is the most I don't know how to say efficient way when you don't know anybody. If you don't have any partners or you don't know, you don't have to, you don't know how to get introductions, you only can use outbound. So this is like the most classical way to do it. But this is why Expendo is great. More you have partners, more you can use the warm introductions in order to go further into the conversion funnel.
Outbound is really fast, right? You don't need a brand. You don't need a strong product. You just need a message, right? Whereas partner referrals is a much longer process where you need to have a mature product that attracts partners' attention. If you don't attract partners' attention, you can't even expect to set up a referral program, let's say, right? So I agree with Constantine's approach, right? Just start outbound when launching a new brand. Why not?
Yeah. And
yeah, if yes, and for inbound is also the same because when you attract people and they contact you, you already have something mature or attractive, a product which is persuasive, and people contact you. So it's not that fast as outbound.
Yeah. I think for me, or in my opinion, outbound is, say you're starting a new company, right? Outbound is the first growth strategy that I think people would want to implement first, because as Xavier said, it's fast. And outbound, inbound, pay-per-click marketing is important too, for building like the success stories, if you will. And with those success stories, you'll be able to share those stories with the partners. Then the partners will be able to share like what your like what your company can do to their network, right? So yeah, it's my 2 cents. Right. Shall we get into the last one?
Yes.
Last question. All right. Last question. Has your company leveraged referral partners or affiliate partners to help drive sales? I think some of you already indicated in the previous question.
Actually, the majority is saying no, we haven't explored partner programs yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we can talk more about it later, right, Xavier?
Yeah.
I think if you haven't explored it, you're probably in the right in the right meetup today.
Yeah.
I'd like to know why you haven't explored.
Mm.
Is it because your product is too early stage? Is it because you don't know where to start? Or any other reason? 80% now. Yeah.
Okay.
From my side, before knowing Expando, I didn't knew that it was possible to have a company which might do referral partners for your business. I only thought that it was possible through your personal or professional network, your own or your friends' professional network. So this is why I didn't knew. Now I know that it exists, and I really enjoy the concept and the business. But before I didn't knew.
Mm. All right. Um,
And I
yeah.
also see Deepika in the comments mentioning don't know where to start and how to find the right partners.
Mm. Yeah. So I think that's the right time to get more into it.
Yeah,
Um,
if Deepika, you can tell us a little bit more about what you do, is in what industry you're in, because there are different types of partners according to your industry. We can just leave a message and we'll talk about it later.
yeah. Okay. Right. So let's dive into it then. Oh. Okay. So basically, yeah, as you know, as the headline says, we're in the era of partner ecosystems. And why is that? I make this I made this bold statement, that we're now in this era of, partnerships because um because based on the trends, like this decade, I truly believe that sales and marketing is at a crossroads. And we're at an inflection point where sales and marketing teams will need to evolve and pivot into new ways of selling. And in order to understand this, in order to understand, where we are right now, or why 64% of SaaS scale-ups are now relying on partners, we need to understand the evolution of B2B sales. So first we had outbound. With outbound, sales became digitized. It was easier to communicate, digitally via emails and whatnot. And so it was really fast too. But then outbound became spammier, and and like us humans, we can only get interrupted so much, right? So so slowly, outbound was losing its effectiveness. And now the likelihood to close a deal with outbound is less than 2%. And so there was a shift in go-to-market. And then came inbound. Inbound was, all the rage in the 2010s. Everyone just spoke about, marketing, digitizing marketing. So we had email marketing, social media marketing, and whatnot. But then with the emergence of AI, AI has made inbound marketing drastically easier, to churn out content, and within a short time frame too. And another problem, with inbound is that there are new companies, that are coming out too. And especially for SaaS, it's a lot easier to to establish, SaaS products, right? And a lot of these SaaS products, they can sound too similar. So it's even more challenging to differentiate, like from your competitors. And buyers, they don't even know how to, like how to differentiate, especially when, all the SaaS companies are saying, that they can increase your value, but you're not sure how. So that's where, customers feel like, currently the market is just too difficult to navigate, right? And they're looking for nodes of trust in order to make purchases. And given the current economic situation, it's also causing them to be a lot more wary of making expenses too. So, what's a better way, to build trust, with these customers? And one way to build trust is through, through tapping into their network. And for every customer, there are 7, on average, there are 7 partners that, surround that customer. So the idea of partner-led growth is to tap into these 7 partners in order to influence the buyer to buy. And it's all the rage right now. Many go-to-market leaders are investing in partnerships, and yeah, about 60% of them plan to expand their partner team in 2024. So how do SaaS companies implement partner-led growth in general? Well, I just want to emphasize that partner-led growth, it's not the death of outbound or inbound. It's not meant to replace outbound or inbound. It's meant to augment outbound and inbound. So instead of, like confining partnerships to a single department, which is the partnership team, the idea of partnerships really is to overlay the whole customer life cycle, with partnerships. So every step of the customer journey is enhanced with information to move deals, or enhanced with complementary benefits. For example, say, on the influence side, sales teams, in order to get, high quality prospects, they could rely on referral partners. Referral partners, they can add information to the prospects, and they can also source prospects, that have already indicated a need, for the product that you're offering. So that's the idea of partnerships. And and you can also see the benefits too, right? So partner source deals, they're 53% more likely to close, and they close faster. And the thing about partnerships is also they also reduce CAC. So basically, the whole premise of partner-led growth is to overlay the whole customer life cycle with partners. Say for, sales team, they can work with referral partners, marketing team with affiliates or influencers, And say for customer success managers, they could partner with other companies. They could integrate different solutions together in order to bring, you know, like an enhanced customer experience. So yeah, back to you, Xavier.
Yes, and that's where you may ask yourself, so what's actually in it for referral partners? Why would they join that movement and be working actively with the sales teams of larger companies? And the number one reason is, as a partner, you want to be always seen as a valuable node in your network by providing reliable and valuable connections, recommendations. And in our case at Expando, we love that our partners get unique opportunities to work with unique tech companies that are scaling, that have demonstrated good traction, that have a uniquely differentiator in their market. But by partnering, that's also a way to turn your time into value, which turns into money. So you really get a compensation for the time that you devote to your referrals. And finally, it's also about being part of a much bigger picture and much bigger movement, right? We're switching to the nearbound economy, and as a partner, you are taking more and more an important role. You have an important role to play in this new economy. So that's what's really in it for the referral partners.
Yeah. So Expando, right? Expando's role basically is to connect the referral partners with the SaaS companies. So we've talked with a lot of sales and partnerships teams, and one problem that is always underlined is, you know, the problem of finding partners. And if you look to your left, you know, there are different ways to find partners, either through networking or LinkedIn prospecting. You could also do online research, or you could also implement an inbound strategy, say, you know, like promoting on social media, right? So these are the different ways. But then there's not really like a streamlined way to find partners, and all these strategies take a lot of time. In fact, you know, 35% of a partnership manager's time is spent on, you know, finding partners. So instead of, you know, like maybe like building the relationship, they spend most of the time on finding partners. And so what Expando does is we basically allow SaaS companies to find vetted referral partners within a single platform. And as a partner, say, you know, your connection needs needs like a certain tech solution in order to, you know, solve a certain need. So as a partner, as a referral partner, you can find different tech solutions within the marketplace, the referral marketplace, and yeah, and just refer, you know, those tech solutions to the network based on their needs. Yeah.
So that's where the Expando platform is full of features that help partners find the best programs tailored to their network. And we do admit that every partner has a different network and has developed an understanding of different industries in different locations. So those are all parameters that we try to take into account to actually recommend you the most relevant programs tailored to the needs of your network. We're also working on helping partners better know who they know, because it's a very tedious part of the job as a partner is to really go back to who is part of your network, who are all those clients that potentially have a need within your network. So we really help map their connections and also know how strong the connection level is, because we have weak and strong relationships within our network. Also for partners, we obviously provide them all the documents that they need to understand well a product if they want to have a deeper understanding. And this is also about equipping them with the right expertise for the technology they would recommend. Also, we support them by providing them AI support, where every referral that they make is complemented by AI-generated information and insights, so that the technology company that they support will also get more insights, which increase the likelihood of closing a deal. And there's obviously the ability to track every single referral and to just get more transparency on where the referral is at, what is the status, and obviously collect their earnings, all this from a single platform. So those are some of the main features that are available for partners. And for the business experience, there's also another interface dedicated to their goals. So we're really really happy to be here. Happy to talk to you about partnerships, whether you're more an individual or a company, and we can really help you turn your network into a valuable impact for the tech ecosystem. So feel free to get in touch. You have our QR code and emails, and so anytime.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Xavier and Wilbur. Very, very insightful. I see there is actually a couple of questions on the a couple of questions on the QR. So the question is on how do you analyze my network?
So basically, there are multiple sources of information, right? We all keep our network within different tools that we use. Some people use a lot Google Contacts or LinkedIn or Gmail. So basically, our system is collecting all that information to first tell you who you know, right? And we are using other third-party solutions to really enrich that data and tell you more about who they are exactly, in what industry they are, what is the location, and for what program would your connection be relevant to, right? In terms of the strengths of the connection, this is really about how often you interact with that person. And this, we can know it from the data of your own use through, for example, Gmail. But all this doesn't go without your consent. So it's always, if the user wants to leverage those features, they can. If they want to remain, they want to protect their privacy, they can also decide to go for that.
See, another question is about, how do I become a partner on Expando?
Oh,
so how do you become a partner at Expando? It's as easy as typing Expando on Google or going directly to the website, expando.world. But obviously, if you want to have a more personalized onboarding, just like reach out to us so we can really discuss with you if Expando is the right platform where to be, and also give you some tips on how to, get your partner journey started. Yeah.
Awesome. Also, I see Wilbert. Thank you for including the website in the chat. I have a question for you, Xavier. So, it's a lot of people at Top Lineage are quite concerned, a lot of people are salespeople, so always thinking about money. So as a partner on Expando, how much money can I make referring others?
Yes, that's a great question. So basically, every program can freely set their collaboration model and how they want to reward partners. So obviously, it's up to the partnership manager to decide what is their strategy. And our role at Expand is also to advise them and to tell them, well, in your industry, a partner must be earning this amount of money according to what model. So long story short, as a software company, we provide flexibility to the partnership managers to set the rewards they want.
Yeah.
However, we are also setting some minimum requirements for specific projects that we have other agreements with them. And so we're asking them an introduction fee. So basically, as a partner, every time you make an introduction that leads to a meeting, this will trigger a minimum fee of $100 to you. And this is credited as soon as the meeting takes place. But on top of that, if you decide to keep supporting this referral and lead to a deal, you will also be entitled to at least 5% commission fee over 2 years of revenue. So basically, any revenue that is made from your initial referral during 2 years will go back to your wallet. And you can actually decide to cash out as soon as you've reached at least $500 in your wallet. And our system will automatically generate an invoice for you, so that even if you don't want to prepare all the papers, we do that automatically.
Oh, that's cool. Sounds like I need to sign up.
Yeah, so for Singapore, we're actively looking for new referral partners, because currently the community is well established in Hong Kong and South China. And Singapore, we have a few people, but we're welcoming more joiners. If you find you meet some of the criteria. The key requirements are it's really about the experience that you have in your market, Singapore. If you have a special industry expertise, it's always better. And how familiar you are with partnership using a platform. Are you open? Is your mindset also open to try new things?
Oh, Xavier, maybe you could also share some of the programs that like maybe the Singaporean partners can find.
Exactly. So among the programs that we currently support and available for partners, so we have programs in fintech. So whether more traditional fintech or Web3. So for Web2, we have platforms facilitating trade financing or reducing FX risk. So this is good for people involved in trading, import, export. But we also have projects in Web3 for people who are well connected in the crypto industry. On the other side, we have projects related to retail, for example, for better customer behavior analysis. This is very, very interesting. And we have, for those well connected in the entrepreneurial community, a very interesting funding management platform that helps entrepreneurs and SMEs access to funding loans or grants. Even if you're looking to launch your own startup, that's also the place to go. So I think by being a partner, you not only become more valuable to your network, but you also learn for yourself. And there are some of the solutions that you may realize can also help take your business to the next level.
Perfect. Thank you for answering that. Yeah, it does. Thank you, Xavier, for sharing. I was wondering, maybe we go back to the question from Deepika, right? So again, right, I've no partnerships experience, or maybe I pass it to you, Deepika. The idea initially you were saying that you didn't know where to start, with partnership program potentially. Like, did Xavier and Wilbur answer that, or?
So the thing is that I really don't know where to start, like for a technology company from the US, wanting to enter into Singapore. Uh, the target audience is enterprises, so you need warm introductions, but you really don't know how to start that. So that was my confusion.
Mm,
So that company is so the company you represent is looking to get into a new market, right? How
Yes.
established is this company in their home market? Do they have already existing references, a good
Yes, they
client?
do. They have big clients. They're pretty established in the US. It's just that they wanted to grow in other geographies as well. So we're trying to do outbound there, but I kind of felt that in Southeast Asia, outbound kind of falls flat, especially after the COVID thing. So I was trying to understand partnership programs and stuff.
Interesting. So you've been already trying other strategies, and you've been realizing that may not be the most efficient way. I
That's correct.
agree. I mean, Asia is before all is a very relationship based, and it's all about who you know, right? And this always help access new people. Now, once this is said, how you can activate the word of mouth, right? What we've noticed, and myself in my previous experiences in communities, is that you need an incentive. If you don't provide an incentive to your network, to the people who would be interested to support the entry of your tech company, there is no chance something happens. And
Yeah.
that's where it becomes a little bit tricky, because there's finding partners, of course, negotiating the terms, defining the right incentive scheme, and tracking all those referrals, get things started. So it's a very long process. So basically what we offer with Expando is to basically reduce all those steps to almost like 3 simple steps, which is to really, one is to just get in touch with us. So that's great, first step. Then is to create an account and to create a referral program on the platform. All this with our support. You're never alone. So I guess Deepika, you have our contact. Be keen to understand more what we could do here.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm gonna explore this more after the call.
Deepika, the beautiful thing is that you have, even the WhatsApp Octavia and the Wilbur in the Top Line Asia WhatsApp group. So very easy to reach out.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, Andrea.
Yes, I'll make sure we definitely prioritize your case, so we can definitely help you find a good solution where you also can take this business to new heights, because Asia is still is a place full of opportunities. Just need to find the right ways to go to markets, and every company needs to find its own way, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Perfect. I don't see other questions. So I think we can wrap it up. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for joining. I would like to thank especially Xavier and Wilbur, for sharing all of these insights about partner-led growth, referrals, something which I find is extremely valuable, right? Probably something to seriously consider in GTM. I mean, if you aren't, probably it's a time that you seriously look into it, and looking forward to more events like this one. If you want more, go check out Expando, go check out expando.world, go check out toplineasia.io, and I see you next time. Thank you so much and have a good evening.
See you next time.
See you next time.